principles I've developed from this book for my own successful personal money management. So this book is called Why Didn't They Teach Me This in School? 99 Personal Management Principles to Live by Cary Siegel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nanjila and this is Variety with Nandi. If you're new, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I know it's been a minute, but yeah. Okay guys, so this is my take from these books. I've written down things that I would love to do that stood out for me in this book. Number one, always live below your means. So I cannot have $100 for instance and spend it all. Living below my means means I will have extra money to save or invest, but right now I am in debt, so it's really hard for me to invest or also save. But I just save bare minimal. I just save a small amount of my salary I just save small money just in case of emergency. But once I'm out of debt, obviously I'll be saving and I'll be investing. The second thing that I've taken out of this video is spend just 1 hour each week learning about personal finance. I actually don't plan for 1 hour, but I actually do. I'll be probably when I'm cleaning or I'm doing dishes or I'm doing anything around the house, I'll have videos playing in my background about personal finances. And if that video stood out to me and I love anything about it, so I will actually just come back to it, and then I can write down things that I loved or heard, but others I just listen, and that's how I learn. And also I listen to I read books on personal finances. I listen to podcasts. I read blogs, and yeah, I also ask my family and friends about finances. So the third thing that I took from this book is you should set realistic short and long-term financial goals. Okay, the third thing is I should set realistic short and long-term financial goals that I'm supposed to work towards. This should include investing and saving. And like for short term it can be a monthly or annual goals, and for long term it can be 2 years and above. So number 4, the fourth principle that I've taken from this book is I should develop a written budget and evaluate it every single month. With this one, with no fail, without any fail, I am so consistent with this, writing down my budget every single month. So I have this A5 notebook, a very small one, that I always write my budget in. So I always close off my previous month budget and write a new one. So the principle behind a written budget, it's not to control you guys, it's not to limit you, but it's to actually to make sure that you have more money coming in than more money going out. So it's just to have more money coming in than going out. So I have developed within, like, I've developed okay, my budget is also not consistent. I try out different budgeting systems or budgeting methods. I've tried out a lot of them. Probably like after 3 months or after 6 months, I feel like something, I need to add something or I need to remove something. So then I will add or remove, and then I will change my budgeting method. So guys, there's a lot of budgeting methods for beginners that you can try out, that you can check out. So you can choose, and then if it doesn't work, you can modify it also. It doesn't really mean that you have to just follow that one budget method that you found and you think, no, if it doesn't work for you, you can modify it, or you can find others and add things and all that. So like for me, I probably tried over 10 budgeting methods, and I always always change my way of budgeting depending on what changes in my life or what changes in my finances. So you should develop a budget that suits your situation right now, and then you should track your budget the first and the last day of the month. Like for instance, the first day of the month, I always come up with a new budget, and the last day of the month I always evaluate my previous or close of my previous monthly budget. And then you should analyze where you did good and where you messed up, so that you know in the coming month you will try and do good. So the fifth thing that I've learned from this book is that I should save and I should invest 50% of every salary increase. So like at my job, we always get a salary increasement on the 6th month of every year. So I supposed to save 50% of that amount. So let me say if it's a 200 that I'm getting as a salary increasement, I'm supposed to save $100 and I can spend the other $100. And then the sixth thing that I've taken from this book is I'm supposed to save 90% of every bonus or non-planned income that I receive. I'm supposed to save 90%. So with our bonuses are not consistent every year, but yeah, some those years that I actually receive, I will start saving 90% of that. So seventh thing that I've taken from this book is always have an emergency fund. Always have an emergency fund. So I'm supposed to build an emergency fund into my budget, and that's what I do currently. I actually I started saving 10% from my income, so that towards emergency fund. So I just have that for emergency, and then so emergency, guys, in most cases people put it in a way that emergency can just be negative things. No, emergency can also be positive things like weddings or anything. Like maybe you were informed late and you really need to go to this wedding, or it's emergencies are not just bad thing. Or probably even something can come up where you need to invest and make money out of that is also an emergency. You didn't plan for it, it was not in your plans, it just came, but it's something good where you could make more money from. You can invest, you can take that emergency money and save it, instead of just not having anything, and then these opportunities come and you have nothing, or something bad, what if this, all those what ifs. So have emergency saved up for it. I actually just started trying to be consistent with this, saving at least 10% of my income towards emergency or whatsoever. I just, for now, since I'm in debt, I just save 10% of my net income, which is not much, but I do it consistently every month without fail, just for emergency. So the ninth thing that I've taken from this book is have a saving versus, no, we are at number 8. The 8th thing is have an emergency month every year. So from January to December, you should pick one month that as your emergency month. For me, I have picked January. I feel January will work for me, because most cases people spend money in December and then comes January, there is nothing. So I've picked January as my emergency month. So in your emergency month, you should bring your spending down to the bare minimums, to the bare essentials, to just needs. So if you don't know what your needs are, you can ask yourself this question: if I lose my job today, if I just lose my income today, what are the only things that I will need to survive, or what are the only things that I will need to be spending money on? So there you will know these are the only things that are your bare essentials. So those are the only things that you have to spend money on in that month, in your emergency month. So in that month also, act as if you have next to nothing and need to survive that month. And you should put on, like, you put your priorities in order, what's important. Like I've said, when you ask yourself, like, what if I lose my income this year, what will I just be spending my money on? The needs, the essential things. Okay, so number 9 is have a saving versus spending mindset. Growing up, I've been this person that I've been a spending person. Like, I remember when I was very young, not very young, but when I was a girl, probably I was grade maybe grade 5, 6 there. I remember I couldn't even sleep with a $1. Not, but okay. The main thing that I remember was I had a 50 cent with me, so I couldn't sleep with that 50 cent. I was just like, no, I need to spend this money before I sleep. And I remember most places, it was late at night, not so late, but places were closed. But I looked for a place where I can buy sweets in that money. I couldn't sleep. So I feel like, but also growing up, I'm that person. I love spending. When I start spending, I just spend. That's why I cannot do without a budget. If I don't have a budget, oh my god, I'm going to spend on clothes, I'm going to spend on hair, I'm going to spend on anything that makes me look good, that makes me feel good. Because when I look good, from like personally, I feel good, so I will spend. So actually now I'm trying to change my mindset from spending to saving. And so a budget helps me to spend on only things that are important and necessary, so I'm able to save or pay myself first when my salary comes in. And also I read books, I listen to videos, like I said, on personal development, and that also helps develop my saving mindset instead of spending mindset. So the 10th thing that I've taken from this book is don't try to keep up with the Johnsons. Okay, there will always be people who live better than you. There's like, guys, there will always be people that always live better than you. Whether you buy the nicest house, there will be someone who has a better one. Whether you whether you look good, there will someone who look way better than you. So there will always be people who can't afford as much as you, though their purchases may make you think otherwise. So that's also entails with the spending and saving mindset. Some people really don't have much, but the way they'll be spending just to look good, to impress people, they don't even care. Because other people, when they go to bed, I'm sure they'll like, oh, you look good, or like, and you can be like, okay, my outfit, it's what, but when they go to bed, they're not even thinking about it. So we always do things or buy things to impress other people, while we don't have anything. Like, emergency comes up, we have nothing but only those clothes. So guys, let's not, don't try and keep up with your Johnsons. You know who you are, you know what you want in life, you know your goals. So why are you comparing yourself with other people? Just do you, be you, do you. That's it. 11th thing that I've taken from this book is debt is bad and good to those who know how to use it to make them more money. So debt can be good and debt can be bad. So under this, I have like, don't buy stuff you can't afford. Stay within your budget. If you cannot buy it twice, 3 times, you cannot afford it. Stay within your budget. But if for instance, if you are buying something, like, not buying but investing into something that can bring you more money, or investing into something that can help you get, like, let me say, if you're investing into something that's helping you to just bring more income in that, then you can actually spend. But other stuff that really, they don't, it's just you just feel like you need to have them, but you don't really need that, so don't. Because in most cases we go get debt to fund our lifestyles. I'm guilty of it. I'm actually paying off a debt, but in reality I actually just spend that money on things that don't even serve me today. I regret, but I have learned my lesson. It was a bad debt. I didn't use it for good. I used it in a bad way, because to be honest, I use it in, like, those things are long gone. Sometimes I don't even know what I used it for. So debt can be good and can be bad, but it depends on how you use that money. You should know how to use that money. So the next thing, let me just say next thing first. Okay, the next thing that I learned from this book is, if you are in debt, get out of it quick. Since I'm in debt, this really speaks to me personal. Get out of it quick. And yes, I am getting out of my debt. I actually it was a personal loan that I took. And guys, now that I know better, I always stress about this, because I actually took a personal loan and the interest was 100%. I had to pay double the amount I took. I didn't know, but now I know better, because I always read books, I always listen to videos, I educate myself on personal finance. And so I'll be finishing this debt next year, and I am so glad. It was a 5-year debt. I came a long way. It was, yeah, but I'm just glad. I'm glad it's coming to an end. I'm glad I'm doing everything in my power to get out of this debt quickly, because it was a bad debt. Okay, stop spending more than you have. Develop a good plan and plan your work and work your plan. Right? We spoke about this. Don't spend more than you have. Don't spend more than you have. Your salary is, let's say, $500. Your lifestyle is $700. You are spending more than you have. How? Live within your budget. Live within your means. Right? So the next thing is manage my own money. I never used to manage my own money. I never used to draw budgets. I never used to listen to or read books about personal finances to manage my money. But now I know every single cent that comes in my account, every single cent that goes out of my account. I know, because now I also have goals to actually, like, for instance, getting out of debt. That is also one goal. And after that, what am I going to do and all that. So now I manage my money. Manage your own money. Don't have someone, maybe a friend or whatever. Manage your own. You know better. It's your own money, so manage it. So the next thing is, I learned that it's okay to buy store brand products. Like, mostly in the grocery store, we always feel like things that are let me say, maybe you go in Pick and Pay, so there's a Pick and Pay sugar and there's another brand sugar, and the other brand is expensive. Now you feel like, no, this Pick and Pay is not worth it or whatever, so you choose the other brand because it's expensive. You feel it's more, but they say you should just buy the brand product, because it will save you lots of money, as they have the same manufacturer. In most cases, these products are just manufactured in the same by the same producers. So yeah. And then the next one is, bring your lunch to work as often as possible. With this one, I'm lucky because I work at a farm. So there's no stores, there's no what. So I have no choice but to bring my lunch every day to work. And the next one is successful personal money management is all up to you. So no one is really forcing you, but it's all up to you. I remember I started my journey when it was 2019, early 2019. I was so fed up. I had the loan. I never knew how to manage my money. I never knew how to save. I never knew investing, anything. I didn't know anything. So I started my journey 2019. Even though my money is not enough to do all the investing and all those other things that I've learned, currently my focus is actually just paying off my debt, and from there I can start the saving for for bigger things. Even there's 10,000 saving challenges, and then you can invest that money for something good and all that. I'm going to start that once my debt is paid off. But I'm glad I actually started on this journey, because now I know better, and actually I also require myself to do better from what I know. So those are the ones that stood out to me at the moment that I read that book. But the book has a lot more to offer. So you guys can go check it out. I advise that you check it out. I highly recommend this book. And yeah, so for me, reading this book made me feel the same way as the author, asking myself, why didn't they teach me these things in school? Or just why wasn't I told, or why wasn't I taught those things even beginning at my career when I started working and all those things. But it's fine. I've made mistakes, and now I know, so I can correct those mistakes as well. So I will highly recommend this book to anyone who would love to work on changing their personal finances. I highly recommend this book. It's never too early to start, and it's never too late to start. So you should change your future finances. I highly recommend this book. Please do check it out. For me, I actually don't have a physical book because I download all my books. I actually I love my phone so much, so I read my books from my phone. I download PDF books and I read those books. And once more, this title is Why Didn't They Teach Me This in School? 99 personal. So it's 99 personal money management principles. There were 99, but I actually just took 16 that stood out to me, that I felt that I wanted to start incorporating in my life and in my financial life. These are principles to live by the book is by cary siegel. So guys, we have reached to the end of this book. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you loved it, and comment down below what are some of the best financial personal finance book that you have read or that you recommend. Please comment down below, or just comment anything that you think stood out for you as I reviewed or said my thoughts, or things that I've taken from this book. Just comment down below what you thought of this video, any recommendation, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Ciao.